if you've started fly fishing and you've been at it 6 months, 8 months, and you've just been using one fly, a lot of people say, well, you know, how long do I make leaders? In the beginning, lengthy rod is fine. But after you progress and when you become better, you might want to use 2 flies, 3 flies. And there are so many different knots to create droppers. Let me show you the one that stood the test of time for me. It never lets me down. Now you have 2 options here. You can use the same material from the leader loop right to the point fly, the same piece of nylon or fluorocarbon, and then add a bit on in the middle where you want to create a dropper. Now what length? Again, simple and easy. Let's say you've got a 10-foot rod. Have the cast at 10 foot, but halfway up, 5 foot, put the dropper on in there. You can either cut it at the 5 foot and retie, or just add a piece on. Now what I'm going to do is cut it. So just imagine now, this is the 5 foot point. I want my dropper to be that length, so I'm going to cut it there. And the knot I always use is a 3-turn water knot. Some people use a 4-turn water knot, but it's never let me down. So what you do, there's your dropper. Now, there's the bit that goes to the point fly. Lay them on top of each other, do a circle. Then, what you do is pull them back this side, pull it through. Now at this point, don't leave your finger and thumb there. Move it over to this part of the knot. Why? I'll show you in a minute. Once I move them over to there, it is then easier to bring it back and lock it in the middle there. On the next one, I'm not going to move my finger and thumb over, and just watch. You can't lock it in place. So again, move your finger and thumb over, just lock it in the middle, and there. Pull it through. And then to finish off, especially if you're using fluorocarbon, that can be quite expensive, trap the 4 ends plus the corner of the loop and then pull. And that drags the loop up there. Pull it up just before it beds down, moisten it with a bit of spit. There we go, the 3-turn water knot. And you'll see the dropper hangs down there. And I always have my droppers pointing towards the point fly, not up towards the line. And the reason for that is this. If you're pulling your line through, if you notice, if I pull against that tag end, if a fish, as I'm retrieving, if a fish was to take that, it pulls against the barrel knot. Whereas when I've got this one, if a fish takes on the retrieve, it's just pulling the knot tight, as opposed to that one pulling against it. So, cut that off, and there we go, the 3-turn water knot. Never ever let me down. Give it a go, and I'm sure it'll never let you down.